Our friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you right there, to another one of my live streams. In this live stream, we are going to give away a pretty awesome package that has been provided to me by Comic Collection Agency. Comic Collection Agency is actually a subscriber of the channel and has been for quite some time. He has hooked me up with a little care package that I'm actually going to send out to one lucky subscriber tonight, who has successfully been able to guess what an ideal next Spider-Man movie might be. And I'm going to get into the details of that in just a moment. And I'm also going to show you guys the prize pack that is going to be given away. But before we get there, I want to take a moment to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here for this live stream. Try to throw people's names up here on screen. There was a lot of people that were in here before the live stream began, kind of mixing it up. Chris Barrett is here. Herb Zilla is here. Eddie's Mullet is in the house. Scrolling down through the names, looks like the three of you are having a robust conversation. Aaron Finkelstein is in the house. It's good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining the live stream here. Scrolling down through the names, scrolling down through the long conversation. You guys, I'm still scrolling here through the conversation. Old School Comics is here. Metropolis Kid is in the house. How you doing? Mixtape Master is here. Randy Resnake is here. Daniel is in the house. Tina is here, and she says hello to the chat. It is good to see you, my friend. Greek Freak is here in the room. Comic Book Joe is also here. Bello is here. Allison Graham is in the house. Hawkeye, my man, you said you'd be here, and sure enough, you are indeed in the house. Daniel is here. Jason is here. And there we go. The man himself, Comic Collection Agency, is in the house. Huge shout out to you, brother, for hooking me up with this prize pack that I'm going to show you in just a moment. I'm going to be leaning on you, my friend, to help me to work my way through this conversation tonight. Because we might be doing just a little fan casting. We might do a little fan casting, and because I don't know any celebrities' names, I'm going to need a lot of help. Jacob is in the house. How you doing, Jacob? It's good to see you. Wilson Ramos is here. SJVR is here. Chris is here. It's good to see you, my friend. Scrolling down through the names, B Comics is here, and Giovanni's is here. It's good to see you guys. Welcome to the live stream. And this is not a last minute live stream, because I set this one up earlier today saying that we were actually going to go live. And what we're going to be doing, like I said, is we're going to ultimately be giving away a little prize pack that is sitting off here to my side. But before we get to that, I actually wanted to spend a little time talking about what this ideal movie might be, right? And so what happened is Comic Collection Agency, awesome guy, has given us some things in the past. He actually hooked us up with a Black Knight. It was a Black Knight toy, a couple of Black Knight packs of cards. There was a Black Knight #1 comic book. We did a giveaway. We ended up awarding that to someone. And then shortly after, the guy that Comic Collection Agency wanted to be the Black Knight, Kit Harington, I believe was his name, was actually selected and announced as the Black Knight. So we will see whether we can if lightning can strike again, and we can actually declare what the next Spider-Man movie might be. And this comes on the heels of the Kevin Feige announcement that I talked about a little bit earlier today. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. So let me show you guys the prize pack that was actually sent over. It's actually Comic Collection Agency has a dream at some point in the future of actually opening up a comic card game kind of shop. And so what he has sent over to me is a prize pack that is essentially comprised of those things. There's a couple of packs of playing card, or not playing cards, but a couple of packs of cards in here. Individual card in each one, and then also a pack of cards, Spider-Man related cards. There's a couple of these really cool little bobbleheads in here that I've been trying to keep out of the reach of my children for the last couple of weeks. There's 2 of them in here. And those are pretty cool. And then there's also a couple of comic books as well. He's actually put these comic books in some top loaders. And so this is essentially the prize pack that we're going to end up awarding to someone. So Comic Collection Agency, as a movie fan, as a comic book fan, etc., basically wrote out what his like ideal scenario would be for the next Spider-Man movie. And so he has identified essentially a director, a villain or villains, and then kind of a scenario. And so what we did is we recorded a video and we basically said, hey, if you do submit your ideas on those three things, the director, the villain or villains in the scenario, and people submitted their entries in. I think we had like 50 people that actually entered the giveaway. And then we looked at the results and we identified a handful of people that pretty much had 2 of the 3 correct. And those are the people that are essentially in the running. We're going to do a runoff tonight of essentially those people that had 2 of the 3 things correct. Correct being closest to what it is that Comic Collection Agency actually feels like might be a really cool next movie for Spider-Man. And so what is it? My ideal Spider-Man movie would have me in it. That is not one of the answers. Jacob, that is not how you get on the scoreboard, brother. Here we go. Chris Barrett says, I'm saying it's Kraven's Last Hunt with Steven Seagal playing Kraven. Man, that is definitely a last hunt because Steven Seagal is on his last leg. Definitely a cool dude from the 90s, but I think he's a little slow moving right now. All right, so a couple of people. Greek Freak is like, I think it's Scorpion from what I've heard. What does Aaron Finkelstein say? He says, love the story. Happy gets Peter and Piper talking. They get married. Peter is now stepdaddy. 3000. Happy makes a move on Hot Man. Well done, my friend. Well done. All right. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. So there were a lot of different directors out there that could have been selected for, but in this theoretical movie that we've created. But my man, Comic Collection Agency, felt pretty strongly about one particular person, and we may have a technical glitch. Interesting. That is interesting. We have just encountered a technical glitch that there may not be any recovery from. Wow, I've never encountered that before. And all of a sudden, very interesting. All right, so show must go on. Show must go on. So there was one director, Comic Collection Agency. Do you want to declare now that you're here, who is the one director that you felt was most appropriate to basically direct this next Spider-Man movie? So tell me who it is. And then give me, if you could, your rationale for that. We are completely making this up. We are doing this on the fly. He has no clue that I was going to do this. So we are making it up on the fly. I have a technical glitch here, so all bets are off as to what is going to happen in this video. There we go. It has been declared, and I don't know how to properly pronounce his last name, but Sam Raimi. Sam is, in Comic Collection Agency's mind, the ideal director to basically direct this next Spider-Man movie. And Comic Collection Agency, do you want to declare why? Is it because of his track record as a director? Is it because of his history with Spider-Man? What is it? What is it specifically about Sam that resonates with you? Chris Barrett is not the answer. Oh, that was a joke. You guys are joking. Wes Craven, that is not the answer. Hawkeye says yes. Herbzilla's like, yes, that is the man. Marvel Joe, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Did someone say Woody Allen? No, that is not it. Yeah, so that was the pick. That was the pick. And so Comic Book Joe was realizing that he did not pick Sam. He actually picked John Favreau was his pick. Yeah. Did he not direct? I don't know. Somebody has to tell me. I don't know. I don't see any of these movies, to be completely honest with you. But Sam is indeed the correct person. And so here we go. This is the rationale behind it. Comic Collection Agency says Sam, because he did very well on the first two Spider-Man movies, and I think given another shot in this day and age, he would do a million times better. So that is the declaration. I don't think that he did the last Spider-Man movie. I don't think he did the last one. I think he did the ones with Tobey Maguire and with what is it, guys? J.K. Simmons, I think. The guy that played J. Jonah Jameson. I think he did the ones with him in it, or with those two guys in it. So yeah, again, so this is Comic Collection Agency's ideal scenario, not necessarily what is in the rumor mill. It is his ideal scenario. This guy's sponsoring the contest. We are going to defer to him. So I think the rationale is solid. There's a couple of people that disagree with that, but yeah, there we go. Cape Crusader is like, yes, I picked Sam. The RZA is no. It will not be the RZA, the Almighty Liger King. Oh man, yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. I think he was back in the last Spider-Man movie. I thought that was the rumor on the street, was that he was actually back. So I'm not sure who did Spider-Man 3. There may be someone here in the room, Jacob, that can actually tell us, because I honestly don't know, my man. So you guys correct me. You guys correct me, because I honestly don't know. Oh, yeah. Nicholas, you are definitely welcome. Nicholas was the winner of the recent Go Collect giveaway of the New Mutants 87. So you guys know that, yes, indeed, I do mail these books out. I don't keep them for myself, much to my own chagrin. So there you go. All right. So there you go. All right. So what is this? He only did the ones with Tobey Maguire, says Norris Callie. Very good. Zeke, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Mike, welcome to the live stream. A couple of people disagreeing with the selection of Sam, but there are some folks indeed that are on board with Sam being the next director. Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. There's a couple of really hilarious 36 Chambers of the Gibbon, if directed by the RZA. So maybe I can get on board with the RZA actually doing it. All right. So Sam is the director of choice. So if you selected Sam, then you know that you are in the running. If you did not select Sam, then you already know potentially what your fate is. And we did, in all fairness, prioritize the first two. We prioritized the director and the villain or villains in terms of who the inclusion criteria. We prioritized those things because it got a little loosey-goosey with the setting scenario. I think people maybe have heard me a little wrong, and so it got a little loosey-goosey with that one. So we really prioritized the first two settings, that being the director and also the villain. All right. So Heavy Hammer Jim, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. All right. So here we go. So what are some guesses? I want to open it up to the audience before I open it up to Comic Collection Agency. What are some guesses or thoughts around who the next best villain or villains should be for the Spider-Man movie? Again, if Sam is the director, who are the best villain or villains? My man Wayne McDonald here. If you guys haven't watched Wayne McDonald's video from earlier today, I definitely want to encourage you to go watch, because he unboxed a CGC haul that was quite impressive, full of some wonderful, wonderful slabs, brother. Congratulations on those grades. So let's see what folks are talking about. Let's see if they have. All right. So Mike is yelling out the Kingpin. I could get on board, in all fairness, with the Kingpin that was in the Netflix series from Law and Order. I dig that version of Kingpin. So Hawkeye is declaring it to be Craven, which might not be a bad Comic Collection is giving the answers away already. Bello says Craven. Comic Book Joe says Craven. Eddie's mullet says Paste Pot Pete. Well done. Metropolis Kid is saying the Lizard. Oh man, the Mind Worm. Talk about a tragic character. Potentially as tragic as the Gibbon, the Mind Worm. I think he should have honestly had a series of his own because he was such a tragic character. Scrolling down through the names here, let's see what you guys. So we have Kingpin, another vote for Kingpin, another vote for Craven and the Scorpion. Craven for sure. Scrolling down through Vincent D'Onofrio. That is my man from Law and Order. Just super, super talented as the Kingpin. I think he did an incredible job. Nicholas is shouting out Man Wolf. No, no Man Wolf. We have another vote for Scorpion. All right. So the thing is that many of you are right. Many of you are right, and that you are hitting on some of the characters. But I'm trying to find here Comic Collection Agency's declaration of who he picked, and it was the Sinister Six. The Sinister Six is Comic Collection Agency's ideal villains to actually be in the next movie. We've already seen Mysterio in the last movie, but the Vulture, the Sandman, Doc Ock, Craven, and then Electro is the rundown of the original Sinister Six. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could get on board with this because I am a big fan of like the Vulture. I'm a fan of Doc Ock, and it would be awesome to see Craven on the big screen. I have to tell you, Sandman, we've kind of seen him. He was okay. Mysterio, we've seen. I haven't actually seen that. Electro, I could get on board with. There's lots of different versions of the Sinister Six, right? I could get on board with a little lizard action, like pull off, Mysterio maybe, and give me some lizard, and I could or a Scorpion. Sorry, get on board with the Scorpion because I dig the Scorpion. So, question for you guys. Question for you, from a fan casting standpoint. Who would make a good Craven? Because there's been a lot of debate and discussion about Craven. I'm curious, and I do not think that it is Steven Seagal. I don't think Steven Seagal is the right answer, but I'm curious from a fan casting standpoint, who might play a good Craven? Because Craven's The Last Hunt was incredible. I can get again on board with him being part of the Sinister Six, and I'm just curious what folks think. Does Donny Kate like Man Wolf? Really? That makes me sad. Who would potentially be a good? I could get on board with Morbius. I can get on, but he's in Sony, so that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing over there. Yes, Kingpin from the Netflix shows, and Craven says Thunder God 75. Tina's like Mind Worm. I'm telling you, Mind Worm is he is the people's choice. He's second place for the people's choice, because first place for people's choice is the Gibbon, of course. So Mind Worm is runner up. Second most tragic character in the history of Marvel. Scrolling, bring back Jamie Foxx Electro as a declaration from Comic Head 84. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. All right, so we say Comic Collection Agency says Sinister Six, we need Spider-Man pushed to his full potential gain given the special effects we have now. If they can pull off an Avengers movie with all those heroes and villains, they should be able to do Spider-Man with the Sinister Six justice. I could get on board with that, to be honest with you. It would be cool. It would be cool to see, Spider-Man's original rogues gallery, if you will, on the screen. I think that could be really cool. So we will see. A lot of people, Sinister Six screams the title of the sixth movie, says Bello. Kingpin all the way. Jason Momoa as Craven. As Craven. I could probably get on board with that. I could probably get on board. I mean, he has the size, the stature. He has the hair. You need hair for that role, right? That could be interesting. Michael Emerson. If I had the ability to share my screen with you, I would actually do that. I don't know who Michael Emerson is. Somebody might have to help me with that. That would be a really cool. Vulture is interesting. So scrolling down through some of the comments here. They've already introduced enough characters to do the Sinister Six, says Bello. And I guess, but they're spread out across some of the movies, right? Scrolling down through some of the names: Vulture, Rocket Racer, some lizard action. Scrolling down, Keanu Reeves, no way. For which role? For which role? He does not have the size to play Craven. He could not play the Craven. Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito might be able to play Vulture. I mean, Vulture seemed a little bit taller than Danny DeVito, but I could get on. I could get on board with that. I personally think that he was an incredible Penguin back in the day. I still remember his version of Penguin in the Batman movies back in the day, and I enjoyed that version of the Penguin played out on the screen. So. Sinister Six needs a slow build. Dropping that many characters in one movie would be a mess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Scrolling down, Steven Seagal as Craven, says Chris Bear. No, Chris Bear. No Steven Seagal. We don't need anyone doing the splits or any kind of crazy action. Jason Momoa. There we go. Keanu Reeves. Someone once spoke. That is not an option right there. That is not an option. Really? Keanu Reeves? I mean, Keanu is in the run for just about every role out there. If you listen to the rumors, right? I mean, he has been everyone's superhero for the last 3-4 months. Jason Momoa says Comic Collection Agency. Okay, Comic Collection Agency is getting on board with that. The guy from The Walking Dead and then Negan. I have no clue what his name is. I have no clue what his name is, but I know who you're talking about. He has the hair. He has the stature. He has the swagger to potentially play a Craven. I could see that. The Russian big game hunter. Oh, man. Well done. So I'm scrolling through. There's a lot of Jason Momoas and a lot of people repeating Jason Momoa. What is this? Who's the True Blood guy who they cast as Deathstroke? Could be a good. Which guy? The blonde hair guy? The blonde guy that played the Viking or Bill? I can't remember his name. The True Blood was an incredible show, by the way. I definitely enjoyed that. So bad news. We're talking. That's Jason Momoa. There's a couple of votes out here. William H. Macy. Isn't he a little older? I don't know about that one for Craven. Netflix doesn't count. Netflix always counts. I am way behind on my my comments here. Kingpin 2099 is what someone shouting out. Jason Momoa, you got a couple, possibly Joe. I am going to butcher that name, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it. You guys have to tell me what. Ooh, Jason Statham. He has no hair, but Jason Statham is one of my. I enjoy him from like an action movie kind of thing. You know, I dig some Jason. Scrolling down. Oh, well said. He is very earthy. Yeah, here. So if you guys haven't seen this video that I dropped earlier today, I definitely want to encourage you to watch this one. Scott's going to go back and watch it. It is a hunting video. It is full of some really fantastic Silver Age books. There's some bonus footage at the end. If you guys haven't seen this video, I definitely want to encourage you to check this one out. Chris Barrett taking shots over here. He says Moa can't be Craven because he was Aquaman. I don't know. Scrolling down through the comments here. Gerald Butler. I'm not even sure who that is, to be honest with you. The bad guy from Agents of Shield. Zach McGowan. I think that's how you say it. Scrolling down through the comments. No, you don't like Danny DeVito? He was dope, man. So I'm just curious. So if Sandman, I'm curious who people would think, because that last Sandman, I actually liked that character. He, in my opinion, was very stoic. He had the facial expressions. He had the build. He reminded me of the actual Sandman from the comics. And I don't know his name, but I'm curious what you guys think. Curious what you guys think about that. You guys are hilarious. Scrolling down through Negan is a good pick, says Comic Collection Agency. Scrolling down through the comments here. Deathstroke. What is this? Hulk Hogan as the Vulture. No, wait, as the Vulture? Way too big. Way too big. I do like some Hulk Hogan though. Scrolling down through the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Scrolling. I don't know who that is. I need to, improve my game on celebrities because I really don't know celebrities' names, to be honest with you. So is there a fan cast for Sandman? I'm curious about that. So right now we are basically, for those that are joining, Hulk Hogan and Sandman. So for those that are joining, we are basically going to be doing a giveaway in just a couple of moments, sponsored by Comic Collection Agency, who has hooked us up with some comic books, some cards, and some bobbleheads, all tied to the next Spider-Man movie. We are essentially thinking about what would make for a great Spider-Man movie from a director standpoint, from a villain standpoint, and also from a setting. And so far, we have identified Sam Raimi as the director, Sinister Six as the ideal villains in the minds of our sponsor, and then we are yet to arrive at the setting. So, No Country for Old Men. The Rock wouldn't even need to change his person. Well done. Well, John Cena as Sandman. I could get on board with that. There are some celebrities, I guess, that I do know. I could actually get on board with that. I think, would you have to dye his hair? No, because it's like a sandy brownish. Yeah, that could still work. That could work. I dig it. All right, so the very last thing here was like the setting or the scenario. And so Comic Collection Agency, I am looking at you, my friend, to give us the final answer to our puzzle here as to the ideal scenario or setting. In your mind for the next Spider-Man movie, we have the director, we have the villain, and we just need the setting. And so hopefully folks that are out there watching have probably identified whether they are actually in the running. If they do remember their answers to these questions, there are a handful of people that were able to correctly guess at least the first two. The third one was a little dicey. The Rock wouldn't be a good hunter because the prey would always smell what he's cooking. Well done. Well done, Eddie's mullet. That is hilarious. Thunder God is like, yep, I can get on board with Cena as Sandman. And again, you never know. You never know what could happen with any of this stuff, man. It all takes place on a Disney cruise. Hey, I could get on board with that. The jungle in New York City, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So hopefully Comic Collection Agency is still here in the room participating in this live chat and giveaway associated with the next Spider-Man movie. If he doesn't give us the answer, I will declare it to be so. But checking out the comments here, Thomas Church was Sandman. That was the guy's name. I actually liked him as Sandman, to be honest with you. I think he had the look. I think he had the build. He had the temperament. I mean, I don't know what he's like in real life, but I could actually get on board with Thomas Church as a Sandman. I'm good with that. Cena. Well done. It takes place on a Disney cruise. It's product placement. Well done. Ooh, he would be. Bellows, like Cena would be a good U.S. agent. I could see that. When was the last time we saw the U.S. agent in something? I mean, I remember reading him when I was a kid as like I always saw him as like a knockoff Captain America. But I don't know that I've seen him in a very, very long time. Aaron Finkelstein's on board with the original Sandman. I think he did a good job. I mean, again, he was a little bit of a tragic character as well, a little bit of a tragic character. All right, so here we go. Comic Collection Agency says Spider-Verse / Spider-Geddon movie. Most villains from the past Spider-Man movies would be gathered from the multiverse, forming the Sinister Six to kill Spider-Man from past movies. There you go. That is the plot. That is the scenario. That is how it all comes together. And I really don't think anyone got that one. The answers in this category were a little loosey-goosey. So again, we kind of prioritized the first two. So if you did indeed, Top Daddy, how you doing? So we did indeed we did indeed prioritize the first two. So I'm actually going to show you guys in just a moment who the folks are that are actually in the runoff. And again, because I am having some browser issues, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to show you my screen. So I have to apologize to you guys. It's just a weird thing. I just did a live stream a couple of days ago and no problems, but now all of a sudden. So Eddie's Mullet says U.S. agent was in Thunderbolts last. Pretty sure he died. And yeah, that's probably why, because I don't read Thunderbolts. So that might be why I haven't seen him since I was like a kid. So I want to try to see if I can share my screen with you guys one more time to see. Yeah, I'm having some issues here. So you have my apologies that I cannot share this with you guys. But I will tell you who the people are in the runoff. And there's only really a handful of them. They are the Caped Crusader. I Like Donuts 57. Felix is in the running. Scotty Brown, Michael P, my man Hawkeye, Tom Garcia, Matthew Snow, Ross McMullen, and Ariel. So the Cape Crusader, I Like Donuts, Felix, Scotty Brown, Michael P, Hawkeye, Tom Garcia, Matthew Snow, Ross, and Ariel are the individuals that are actually in the running for this giveaway. They were able to correctly get two of the answers correct, that being the director and also the villains correct. So they are in the running for, show you guys this one more time. Actually, I won't. I'll do it at the very end. Because you guys won't be able to see a lot of the action here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to roll these dice. It's 2 dice, and we're going to see how many times we're actually going to have to do this. And I've rolled 9. There are 9 times that we're going to actually randomize this list. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And the winner of this giveaway from Comic Collection Agency is Tom Garcia. Tom Garcia, you, sir, are the winner. And I'll post up. I'm actually going to try to copy and paste into the window so that you guys can see how this thing finished up. And again, you have my apologies that you are unable, if I can even do that. Yep. Here's the rundown of those individuals. Tom Garcia, you are the winner, my friend. So I need you to send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, REGIE collects.com. I'm sorry, regiecollects@gmail.com. Send me an email. And what I will be sending over to you are 2 packs of cards, 2 individual cards on the back side, 2 of these really cool bobbleheads. I'm going to package all this stuff up for you so that it is protected. I'm going to send it in a priority box. And then 2, show these 2 really cool Secret Wars comics. One of them is the black costume and one is the regular costume. So I'm going to bundle all this stuff up, send it out to Tom Garcia, who has been pretty active in a lot of our Ready, Set, Go preview show live chats that happen on Sunday night. So you've been checking those out. So congrats to Tom Garcia. Huge shout out to my man Comic Collection Agency for sponsoring. No, it is not Comic Tom. No, it is not. Same name, but it is not Comic Tom. That's actually come up a couple of times in the live streams where people are like, are you Comic Tom? It is not. It is Tom Garcia, completely different individual. But huge shout out to my man, Comic Collection Agency, for putting us in a position to be able to give away some really cool stuff via the channel. So it's always cool when people give me things to be able to give to other people. It just makes it fun. So I want to say, huge shout out to you, brother, for hooking us up. Different Tom Garcia. Spawn, how you doing? It's good to see you. What did she say? I'm at trivia night. Had to jump on. Awesome. All right. So we are going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. If you haven't checked out this week's videos, I definitely want to encourage you guys to do so. There's a lot of, I think, really cool videos that are up. There is a very, very robust discussion around the Key Collector app and whether the Key Collector app actually depresses the values of quote unquote filler books. That was actually really cool because Nick, the owner of Key Collector app, has actually been responding to people. And so I've actually taken a slightly step back because people are saying things and he is responding to them. He was and actually almost responding to them in real time yesterday, which I found incredible. So he is responding to this. It is, I think, a good video. It is a good topic that I think people enjoyed kind of discussing and pontificating on. So if you haven't seen that video, I definitely want to encourage you guys to check that one out from yesterday. Today's video, I think, was also really cool. Today's video was a Silver Age hunt. I showed some really cool Silver Age books that I had a chance to pick up. And then I also included a ton of bonus footage. So if you like Silver Age books, you want to check out this video because I showed some really cool things. But the other reason why you want to watch the videos from this week is because this is the book that we are actually giving away this week, sponsored by Go Collect. This is the Venom #3. This is a 9.8 white pages signed by Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. This is a pretty cool book, and this book could potentially be yours. Watch the videos. In one of the videos, I will give you a phrase that you need to enter this week's giveaway. You head over to the community tab. You find the post where I'm talking about this comic. You click on the MailChimp link. You key in your information, 2 pieces of your information. The third piece of information is actually the phrase that you would have needed from that video. If you cannot find the community tab, all you have to do is search for Regie Collects community tab. Or if you search for Regie Collects, how to enter the Go Collect giveaway. There are 2 videos out there that I've created to assist people in ensuring that you can find the place to enter the contest and know how to enter the contest and all the requirements. And then if you guys ever need anything, you definitely can reach out to me directly at Regie Collects on Instagram. I'm always happy to help folks. So Eddie's Mullet says that there was an error in the Venom book. So what I would do is in one of the comments, Nick actually posted up his email address. I did not pin it to the top, but you should hopefully be able to find it. He actually posted up his email address and says, if you have any issues, questions, comments, or thoughts, don't hesitate to reach out. And so I would definitely encourage you, Eddie's Mullet, to actually reach out to him to make sure that you are able to communicate what that error might be so that he can investigate it. Again, he seems to me to be a pretty responsive guy, which I think is great. But you also recognize that he probably gets a ton of messages and emails, as do I. So I don't know. I would definitely reach out to him one more time, give the guy another shot, and definitely put something in the subject line that might actually get his attention. And Wayne McDonald says he wants those Silver Age Flash. What Silver Age Flash, you might be asking about? Watch today's video and find out. Wayne, if you want the email address or the telephone number of the owner of that shop, let me know, my friend. Send me a message, and I will provide you with his number. You can reach out to him and have a conversation because they are definitely trying to move some books. Let me tell you, and I don't mind anyone reaching out as long as they don't touch the next book that I'm going to buy. All right, with that, I am going to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And then Tom Garcia, make sure you send me an email so that I can bundle this stuff up and ship it out to you. Take care.